Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions.
You're watching Young Trip Reactions, the show where rapper Young Trip reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
And that's the part that really ticks me off. The fact that she has a disability and they allow this mess to go down. Regardless of a disability, this should not be happening. But the fact that she has an intellectual disability and these uncivilized mutt parents allowed this mess to go down. That's why they're on Young Trip Reactions. What do you mean it isn't the first time? Bruh. $500,000 to join a club. Come on now, man. That club better have everything in it to pay that much money. Come and smoke some meth with me. He told minor children that. You know he said more if he said that, y'all. This relative was defending his family, and he's sitting in jail. You know me as an activist that I have to react to something like this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that fit the channel, post them in my community tab or send it to me over on Instagram. If you have anything personal that you have going on that you may want me to bring some more awareness to, send me a direct message over on Instagram and we can see if it fits the channel or fits something that I want to bring awareness to.
You can also send those things to Young Trip's Facebook, and make sure you follow him on both those things. All links will be below.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Such a damn shame.
The next video we're gonna do is how do I satisfy
Let's get into this.
Men. Woman says that she has 2 husbands and a boyfriend. You heard me. Woman says how does she satisfy 3 men and that she has 2 husbands and a boyfriend. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know about the activists that are involved where I can join them in the fight for justice for you or your loved one. If your loved one wants to come on and speak about their situation involving the police or whoever, they are more than welcome to do that. If they don't want to do that, then you can come on and speak for them, or you guys can write a statement and then I can pull the public information and then get it out that way. Either way is fine. Also, make sure you also come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram, because I post over there as well too. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. And let's get into this and hear what this lady talking about.
How do I satisfy 3 men? Hi, my name is Carrie Lane, and this is just one of the questions that I'm going to be answering, as I have 2 husbands and a boyfriend, 3 partners in total. So my videos and photos have been going viral, and this is a continuation to explain or answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking under those videos. So as a recap, I have 3 partners. I have my husband Brett, who I've been with 8 years. I have my husband Jake, who I've been with for 4 years. And I have my boyfriend Aaron, who I've been with for 3 years. Now, one of the first biggest questions that I get is, how do I manage to have the time?
This is crazy. Like, she's just talking about this like it's normal, y'all. She's talking about this like this is normal. Wow. I mean, I've heard of the whole thing about 3 people, and they call it polyamory or something like that. But this is crazy just to hear somebody online just casually talking about it like this is something that everybody do. Let's continue.
Is my boyfriend Aaron, who I've been with for 3 years. Now, one of the first biggest questions that I get is, how do I manage to have the time? How does the schedule work? So that's actually very easy. I am a photographer. I am self-employed, so I make my own schedule. Also, the boys all have different work schedules and they don't overlap. So it conveniently works out that way. So whenever one is off, that's when I'm spending time with them. So their schedules are actually a great reason why this relationship even works. Next question is, what are the sleeping arrangements and how does intimacy work? So each of the boys has their own bedroom. So we live in a 3-bedroom house, and I live with Brett and Jake. Aaron has his own apartment, and so Brett has his own bed.
So she lives with her 2 husbands, and the boyfriend has an apartment. All right, let's continue.
Bedroom, Jake. So we live in a 3-bedroom house, and I live with Brett and Jake. Aaron has his own apartment, and so Brett has his own bedroom, Jake has his own bedroom, and then for that 3rd room, I essentially asked myself what I wanted to have the most, which was a personal space. And being a photographer and into all things beauty, I wanted my own, essentially, a dream dressing room, and that's what I have. So how that works is, sleeping schedule wise, depending on who's working. So if Brett is working, I'm not sleeping with him that night, I'm sleeping with the one who isn't. So Jake is off, I'm in Jake's bedroom. Brett is off, I'm in Brett's bedroom.
You gotta be a desperate person. I mean, you have to be.
This is a story that makes everyone cry.
Advertisement.
Laugh, cry, and ugly cry, and definitely totally not cry. But it's okay.
Can't skip it right now,
You
y'all.
can always blame it on the altitude.
Do this every morning for 15 minutes. By October, you might not recognize your own confidence.
In a week, you'll start to feel it. In 2 weeks, you'll start to see it. And in 3 weeks, others will see it, but you just have to get started.
Jake is off, I'm in Jake's bedroom. Brett is off, I'm in Brett's bedroom.
You gotta be a desperate person. I mean, you have to be. I wouldn't do this if she was the last woman on earth. I would not be sharing a woman. Ain't no way in the world that you telling me that these guys are this desperate. And I've seen what they look like, and so I'm gonna put a link down in the description for you guys to be able to go to her profile and check out what she got going on. But ain't no way in hell you gonna sit here and tell me that these guys are best friends, grew up with each other, cool with each other, they all fell in love with the same woman, and that they all accept.
I know Anton because he's, a bit older, and he's, basically like 50 years old. These days, it's crazy. People do the craziest thing. This woman, I think, is older. I don't know how in the world she convinced people that's around her age to do this, because I'm guessing they're around her age. I mean, there is people who are older that will do this. I'm not saying that there isn't, but it usually you would think that it would be somebody 20, 30 something years old, maybe will be trying some crazy mess like this. But again, there's older people that do as well too. And I'm with Anton. There's no amount of money. I don't care about like my eye condition and people acting silly about it. There is no way that I'm going to be with somebody and be sharing them with somebody else. And we all three, I'm married to her, and then he married to her, and then the boyfriend is living in his apartment. No. We ain't doing no 3-way polyamory type. No. And people think it's okay just to get online and tell the whole world this. This is crazy, yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Yeah. Hey, do what you do. If it works for you, it works for you. No way I would be doing it. And if I was, I wouldn't be online telling nobody. Let's continue. But no way am I ever would do it.
The idea, who grew up with each other, cool with each other, they all fell in love with the same woman, and that they all accepted the idea. Whose idea was this? That two of them would be actual husbands or live in, and then the other one would play boyfriend, and then they have to share her. Where are y'all in Antarctica? Is she the only woman around? Do y'all not see somebody else? How do you explain? And then she's on the internet telling this to people. Man, ain't no way in the world.
That's how that works.
And I'm with Anton. No way in the world would I be doing this. In no way in the world would I be with somebody who's going to tell anybody if I was. Wow, this is crazy. Like I said, Anton, because he's older, he doesn't understand that there are people out here who is doing this, of all different ages, all different races, all different backgrounds, and some people don't even care, and they will put it all on the line. It's absolutely insane and absolutely crazy. This is definitely some desperation mess. Let's continue.
And then Aaron sometimes sleeps.
Internet telling this to people, man, ain't no way in the world.
That's how that works. And then Aaron sometimes sleep over, or I will stay in his apartment, and that's how that whole thing works out.
And he will come over to your house with your husbands? Bruh. Hey, whatever works for you. But to me, heck no. And there's just no way I'll be online telling no mess like this. This is crazy. Yo. She said that the boyfriend come over and spend the night, y'all. Wow, bro. And you feel comfortable telling the world this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Intimacy. So that's how that works. And then Aaron sometimes sleep over, or I will stay in his apartment, and that's how that whole thing works out. Intimacy. So it is 3 separate relationships. The boys are not with each other. They are 3 best friends.
So it's 3 best friends. So they're not, they're not doing everything together. Okay. It's just she's being intimate with each 3 friends. They're all best friends. So she's married to 2 of the best friends, and then she's dating their other best friend. I'm with Aaron. Whose crazy damn idea was this? This is crazy, yo. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Who happen to fall. That's how that whole thing works out. Intimacy. So it is 3 separate relationships. The boys are not with each other. They are 3 best friends who happen to fall in love with the same girl. So they're just best.
So Anton must have heard that part for him to say that. So it's 3 best friends, and they all liked her. And so they found a way where they can all date her. Oh my God. You have to have some serious desperation to do something like that. No way. If three good friends, like I'm just thinking about like my 3 best friends. Like, one of them is, he watches my channel all the time. You guys actually probably see him in the comments. There's him. There's another good friend of mine that went to school with us. And then there's another good friend of mine. So there's him, my friend who watches all the time on my channel. And then we have a Mexican friend. And then we have a African, and then there's another guy that's also African American. That's a good friend ours as well too. There's no way we're all sharing the same person. Heck, nah. No. Young Trip. I'ma say the other guy, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use short names or use like nicknames. So Dake. There's no way that Trip, Dake, Wash, and Silas is gonna be. We're gonna be sharing the same person. No, one of us. Hey, she gonna pick, and one of us is gonna be her dude. Heck, no. This is great. This is crazy. So Anton, he must have skipped to that part to know that. That's crazy, yo. Let's continue. Or check the comments. He did something to know.
They're all straight, are not with each other. They are three best friends who happen to fall in love with the same girl. So they're just besties. They're all straight. They just share me. And so when it comes to intimacy, it is completely separate. They are not with each other, and we respect that space. Now to the question in the beginning of the video, which is how do I satisfy three men? And honestly, the answer is very easy. They all have different needs. Contrary to popular belief, being with a partner, any partner, doesn't necessarily mean you're always jumping each other's bones, right? Everyone has different levels of need, and everyone has different schedules. They are very career oriented, so they're focusing on their jobs and whatnot, and I am their safe space. I am where they land, you know what I mean? Different levels of need, and everyone has different schedules. They are very career oriented, so they're focusing on their jobs and whatnot, and I am their safe space. I am where they land, you know what I mean? So that's really all I can say about that. The intimacy is separate. They all have different levels of need, which I happen to be able to fulfill. So that's how that goes. Another question I got was, how do the finances work? So Brett and Jake, because we live under the same house, they cover most of the bills, right? That is their choice. I do all the play money. I do all the vacations. I do all the fun stuff, the clothes, any other need or want that they have. Essentially, my job is just to pamper them because they pamper me. And so Aaron also has children, so I also have, I'm the one who takes care of the toys and all the fun stuff, anniversaries, birthdays. I'm really good with those stuff, and I make sure that everyone feels loved, appreciated, and heard. That's all.
Can you imagine raising a child up to know that your father is a sucker like this? You listen, I know what she's explaining.
It's dang. Like Anton just said, though, but it's the truth, though. Let's continue.
But it ain't no way in the world raising a child up to know that your father is a sucker like this. You listen, I know what she's explaining, but it ain't no way in the world you're gonna tell me that these guys are not.
Stop and savor the strawberries.
Advertising, yo.
That's Daz.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins. Listen, I've spent the last 43 years now working with people all over the world in 100 countries to show them how they can improve their lives. I've been obsessed with this question of what makes the difference in the quality of people's lives. Why is it so many people have a story about why I do?
Okay. Just to put it like this, you listen, I know what she's explaining, but it ain't no way in the world you're gonna tell me that these guys are not gay. Just to put it frank, you gotta be. You got to be. So you telling me I'm going to be laying in the crib, or I'm going to be around, or I'm going to be at work while my wife is while I knowingly, because it's a difference when a woman cheats versus, a guy knowingly allows for certain things to happen. I knowingly know that my chick is sleeping with somebody else, and man, get out of here. And I'm coming in and contributing into the household like that. Look, I've heard of guys having several wives. Ain't no way in the world. I mean, I've seen the advertisements for shows. Maybe she on a sitcom or something that I'm not familiar with, but this is insane, bro.
Part of it. Here's another good question. Do the boys ever get jealous? So, simple answer, no. And that's because jealousy is wanting what you...
How? I am very territorial. I am.
She is either lying or these people are, I don't know how they doing it. I don't know. Let's continue.
Very selfish.
And
What?
that's because jealousy is wanting what you...
How? I am very territorial. I am very selfish. There ain't nobody coming in my household and blinking my chick. Are you crazy?
have. And they all have me. You know, fully, they have my heart, they have my emotions, they have my attention, they have anything that they could possibly want, they get from me. And should they need anything else, they always communicate with me, because that's a big deal. You can't have polyamory without proper, open communication and trust. So that's super important. To expand on the whole jealousy thing, because it is a bigger, essentially, conversation. Because, so, in order for my boys to be who they are, right, they have to be incredibly emotionally aware, they have to be socially aware, they have to, you know, be very big on prioritizing mental health, which they all are. And so one of the biggest things is that, again, the communication. If anyone is feeling like they're getting less time or whatnot, they will communicate that to me. And, you know, we will work on that. And another thing is, because quite frankly, it was hard for me to understand it at first too, but the way my husband explained it was, I just want you to be happy. I get emotional every time I might talk about this. He told me, he goes, I just want you to be happy. He goes, I'm never going to be upset that you are happy. And that's why there's no jealousy in it for him. I also want to add in here that Brett has autism. He's on the spectrum. Aaron also has autism and is on the spectrum. And Jake has ADHD. So in their neurodivergent...
So all of them are broken.
So you playing with people with disabilities.
I'm never going to be upset that you are happy. And that's why there's no jealousy in it for him. I also want to add in here that Brett has autism. He's on the spectrum. Aaron also has autism and is on the spectrum. And Jake has ADHD. So in their neurodivergent...
So all of them are broken.
I don't know if I would agree with Anton and say they're all broken, but I can say that she's possibly playing with people with disabilities, especially if their disabilities may be connected to other things besides ADHD and all these other little things that she's bringing up. If it's just these little things, then, hey, obviously they like what they're doing what they're doing, but people need to be more open-minded to accepting people with disabilities regarding dating and not so quick to turn them away because they have a disability. Because look at this. And now their woman is sitting on social media telling all their business. Absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. I don't know if I would agree with Anton that they're broken. Maybe they need to find ways to handle their disabilities and be able to handle having healthy relationships and realizing that this is maybe not really the healthiest way to go. That is probably something that needs to be talked to them about. However, at the end of the day, they are adults and they're allowed to do what they want to do. And yeah, and so if this is what they want to do, then yeah, okay, go ahead. Let's continue. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Three.
And is on the spectrum. And Jake has ADHD. So in their neurodivergent...
So all of them are broken. Three men are all broken, and they all come together as base heads to make sure that they're making this chick happy. Yo, somebody take me out. I don't know what world we living in. I can see why the gender war rages. I can see why women are continuing to make gains on the backs of men. I can see why we're falling into the abyss, because this is stupid. By any measure that I've ever seen, this is probably the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't imagine it. It makes no sense to me. No, I don't see why any man worth his salt would ever agree to it. You got to be on the very low end of the spectrum to think that this is okay. It's never going to be okay. It never will make sense. I would never advocate for a guy to do such a thing. And she pimping. She pimping.
Minds, they see the world differently, sometimes in ways that I have a hard time seeing. But it's
And so that clearly tells me if you don't see things the way that they see things or understand things, or maybe that they, maybe don't understand everything, that you are taking advantage of them. And you probably came up with this whole idea. And they're disabled and have other disabilities besides the ones that you're naming, because the ones that you're naming are very simplified, that even high functioning people could have them. And you're saying that you have a hard time understanding certain things that they say and do, so that would tell you that more likely they have some other issues. Now, that doesn't always mean the case, because some people may do things that's best for them that other people may not think is best because of the situation with their disability. So that's not always the case. But the way she's describing it is maybe possible, because I don't know them, but that it could be possible that they don't understand certain things, and then you done got in their ear and made certain things seem like it's okay. Oh, you like me, and you like me. And so instead of you guys fighting over who's gonna date me, then you can all date me. This is crazy. And then because they're so disabled that they don't understand to say, heck no, we're gonna fight over you, and we're going to see who really gonna date you, or one of us is gonna date you, and the other two is gonna have to go find somebody else. Or you pick who you want to date and then leave it at that, But instead, she decides to say, I'm gonna let all of you date me, and we're gonna set up this whole polyamory thing. This is crazy. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Beautiful thing, because
she pimping.
Minds, they see the world differently, sometimes in ways that I have a hard time seeing. But it's a beautiful thing, because they help me see the world differently, and I love that. But from their own words, their own lips, and eventually I will make a video with them and they can talk and explain it, but they just don't see a reason to be jealous, because it's all about us getting our needs met and being happy, and that is what's happening, so everyone wins. So another question was, how do date nights work? And like I said, it's same with the intimacy. Date nights are separate, with each of my boys, but we do have communal, I guess, date nights, because we are all friends. So for example, today we just, me and Brett and Jake just got back from watching a movie together. We went to the movies, we had dinner, and, sometimes we all have dinner together, or we all go out to eat together, or we have board game night, or it's, honestly, the best way I can explain it is, imagine just being roommates with all your friends. That's what it is.
But I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think?
If you go up, it's gonna get kind of baggy.
It's honestly, the best way I can explain it is, imagine just being roommates with all your friends. That's what it is. We see each other in the kitchen, we see each other walking around, we talk to each other about how our day was. It's just three bros who fell in love with me. Another question I was getting a lot is, how do I get this type of lifestyle for myself? How do I get into polyamory?
And that is insane that people are asking, how do I get in? How do I become a part of that? Why would you even want to be a part of that? Be happy that you have one person and that's all good and that it works. Why would you want to be a part of this? This is crazy. It makes me even think about a manager at a job that I was at, where he actually got let go because he kept trying to recruit people to be in the relationship, along with harassing me because of my condition. But trying to recruit people to be in his relationship that was already like a polyamory thing, where he had his normal, I guess, wife, as he called her, and who knows if he was really married to her, and then he was with somebody else, and then they let him go kick it with whoever he wanted to go kick it with too. Absolutely insane. Some real serious narcissistic stuff. But yeah, it is absolutely insane that, and then people to be asking, how do I get involved in this? How do I join this? What? This is crazy, yo. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
And I'm going to be 100 pros who fell in love with me. Another question I was getting a lot is, how do I get this type of lifestyle for myself? How do I get into polyamory? And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Just because that this works for me and works for my boys doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. It takes so much patience. It takes so much kindness. Like, before there's love, there has to be mutual respect. There has to be that kindness of, even though I don't understand you right now, or maybe we're having issues right now, I am still going to be kind to you because you deserve that. That's the basis. And I'm so happy that we are helping others see what this lifestyle looks like, because to be honest, it's new to us. I mean, not new, because it's been 8 years that I've been, like this, or many years like this. But in the sense of, we didn't plan it. It just, our life flowed in that direction, and we just followed it because we trust each other and we trust our relationship in that way. But again, that comes with a lot of trust. It comes with a lot of communication. And I promise you, this would not look this way. It would not be this ideal or as beautiful if my boys weren't who they are. I am so proud of them. I am so inspired by them because they do the hard work. They get their mental.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Again, I'm going to link this down in the description just so you guys be able to have a reference point of exactly what this conversation looks like amongst them. She clearly has a type. I'll say that, and I'm going to just leave it at that. I want to know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We're doing some phenomenal things in the Patreon. We got a meetup coming in Dallas in September, end of September, and it should be pretty fun. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. This is wild.
Advertisement, y'all. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, I, like Anton said, clearly have a type connected to taking advantage of people with disabilities. That's what it sounds like. Absolutely insane. Let me know what y'all think, though. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram, because I post over there as well too. The links will be to my social media will be pinned at the top of the chat, along with the original video, and at the top of the link in the description, as always. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, send me a direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If it involves a friend or a loved one, even if your situation as well too, if you want to come on and talk about your situation, or if it does involve a friend or a relative and they want to come talk about their situation, they are more than welcome. If they don't want to come on and tell their story, that is fine too. They can write a statement and then I can pull the public information and then get it out there that way. That's fine too. Let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them as an activist myself in the fight for justice for you or your loved one. Let me know if there's a civil rights attorney involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. And I will try to help you get some type of justice regarding whatever the situation is. If your friend or relative is no longer here due to the incident involving the police or whoever, again, you could come on and speak for them or write a statement or whatever you choose to do as well too. This whole story, like I said, people got to be more open-minded to, there are great people out here, even if they have a disability, and be more open-minded so people with disabilities can date good people. Because this is definitely sad. This lady is taking advantage of these people, and unless they clearly understand, and the way she's making it sound like they don't. Maybe they do though, but the way she made it sound is that they don't. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. And if you have any friends or relatives or anybody who has disabilities, help them find somebody to be with, and so they don't end up like this. Peace.